Hello, in this video we're going to talk about awareness weeks, and this week the awareness week is nutrition and hydration. As we've gone through in various videos, hydration and nutrition is really important if you're on a weight loss journey, and I just want to cover a few topics in the kind of spirit of awareness week. I'm also going to talk a little bit about this channel and some really nerdy news that I've got that is fantastic for me, hopefully for you as well. So let's jump in. My name is Mark and I'm here to help you live a better, healthier life. My goal is to help as many people as I can get into shape and improve their quality of life. If this is your first time here and you want to learn more about practical and effective ways to improve your health, fitness or overall wellness, or if you're just interested in expanding your knowledge about fitness and nutrition, start now by hitting the subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss any of our future videos. And now, without further ado, let's jump right in. So let's talk about hydration and nutrition. Now, we all know that drinking water is good for you in general, and particularly good for burning fat. If we're not hydrated enough, we will not lose fat. The body uses water to break down that fat. So if you're not hydrated enough, then you will have challenges. There is going to be challenges to how well your body can convert fat into energy. So even if you're doing everything else right, doing some exercise, you're eating the right foods in the right ways, then if you're not drinking enough water, it will seriously put a dampener on how much weight, how much fat your body can actually burn. I will put a link into a video that was from a few years ago, which was a TED Talk, which is a great video and really simply explains why water is so important when it comes to your body burning fat. But there's a few other things that lack of clean and healthy water, along with lack of nutrition, can have serious impact on not only your losing weight, but your overall health. And it's really key. It's one of those things that if you are malnourished, and that doesn't mean you're not eating enough, it just means you're missing out on certain things the body needs. It can have serious implications on how much energy you've got, how much get up and go, how well you feel, and how you recover from illness, which is particularly important at this particular time in life. A lack of the right nutrients is potentially a very serious thing, but it's also something that is really easy to remedy. It's one of those things where if you are eating veg and eating a broad range of veg, you should be able to get most of the nutritions. But there's also lots of supplements out there. Now, I'm not the hugest fan of a lot of supplements, but I do take a multivitamin and some D3 and B12. Purely for the fact that I know I'm a nerd. I am a nerd, as I'll talk about in a little bit. I don't get enough sunlight. I like sitting in a dark room playing on a computer. It's one of the reasons why I got to the size that I am, because I'm quite happy to sit here, with a computer and a big bag of crisps, chips, whatever you want to call them, and pass away the day. So it's really important that we understand what we're eating. If you are somebody who doesn't eat that many vegetables, one, can you eat more is the first thing. It's good to get it naturally rather than through pills. But can you also top up your vitamins and minerals by having something like a multivitamin? They're really cheap these days. You can get them from all over the place, but it has a serious impact. Like B12, for example. B12, if you are deficient in B12, it really can affect both your mental health and also your physical health in terms of that lack of energy. It's one of those things, and the reason I mention B12 is my wife is taking B12, additional B12, and she finds that she has much more energy, much more life, much more get up and go when she's had more B12. One of the facts I didn't know about B12 is cattle these days have to be injected with B12 because they're not getting enough from their diet. Therefore, if you are a meat eater, you're not getting as much as you used to from cattle because it's being injected into them. I didn't know that, and it's another thing that is kind of part of this nutrition awareness thing is you have to look after what you're eating. We know that if you're on a weight loss journey, we know that we need to be looking at the calories we're eating. I was talking to somebody a while ago that really struggles to lose weight and has been doing better since they've upped their water intake. So that for them has made a massive impact because they just weren't drinking enough. Therefore, their body wasn't able to process the fat as easily as for other people. I know that for me, drinking enough actual water, and I'm not talking about Diet Coke or full fat Coke, even worse, but I'm talking about actually drinking water. I know that we're meant to drink 2 or 3 litres a day, and I confess that probably a litre of that is in the form of tea or coffee without sugar, but I am making an effort to drink more water than I have been in the past. But we often don't think about our nutrition. We think about the amount of calories we're eating, we think about the amount of protein and carbohydrates, and for me, the volume of vegetables that I'm eating. But one of the things I don't often think about, and this awareness week is making me think about, is the variety of vegetables that I'm eating. Am I getting enough of the nutrients I need from the food I'm eating? And the simple fact is probably not all of the time. I'm very bad at having the same sort of vegetables, rinse and repeat. Your green beans, your baby sweet corn, your cabbages, your kales, and lots of broccoli. And they have a lot of vitamins and minerals in there, but do they have it all? So, when you are on a weight loss journey, water is essential. But just to live and function normally, water is pretty damn important. Without it, you will die. But minerals and those vitamins are equally important to not only your actual health, but the health of your skin, your gut, your body in general, how much energy you have. If you are one of those people that struggles to get up and go, struggles to go for that 10-minute or half an hour walk to get your exercise in, one of the questions you might be needing to ask yourself is, am I drinking enough water and am I getting all the vitamins and minerals I need? And a fairly cheap and effective way of doing that is to take multivitamin supplements. They are good for you. They are one of those things that it will make sure you get the minimum you require. And although it's not as good as getting it from your actual diet, it's still better than not getting it at all. So it is Nutrition and Hydration Week, Awareness Week, and it's one of those things that I'd like people to start thinking about, not just losing weight, but also their overall wellness. And part of that is how they feel, how their body feels, and that will be helped or hindered by the amount of water you're drinking and by the actual vitamins and minerals you're taking in. So whether you are vegetarian, vegan, or a meat eater, it all is the same in terms of make sure that you're trying to vary the amount of foods you're getting, try to vary the amount of vegetables and things you're eating, and try and get them naturally. But know that if you are feeling a little bit down is probably the wrong word, lethargic, that's a good word, lethargic, then it may well be down to having not enough of some vitamins and minerals. It is one of those things that malnourishment doesn't mean starvation. I'm certainly not starving, as you can plainly see. And although I'm far lighter than I used to be, I'm still not starving. But it is one of those things that malnourishment can come in many forms, and it's not easily diagnosed, because if you are eating, the volume of food and the calories you need, you're 3/4 of the way there. But are you eating a varied enough diet to get all of those essential vitamins and minerals naturally? And if you think you're not, then it might be time to start taking some form of supplement. The other flip side of this is if your body is fully hydrated and got all the minerals and vitamins that it needs, you're giving it a head start in terms of fending off infections and diseases and everything else there. I'm not saying you're never going to have them, but you're probably going to have them for a lot less time if you actually have those vitamin and minerals, so you will recover quicker if you do get ill. And that, given the situation in the world at the minute, can't be a bad thing, I don't think. So, apart from National Pirate Day, which I absolutely love, I don't often pay too much attention to these awareness weeks, but I thought it was particularly important in terms of Nutrition and Hydration Awareness Week that we actually talk about where we are on our journey and where we need to get to, and also realise that sometimes being a little bit down, being a little bit lethargic might not just be a lack of sunlight or a lack of energy, or you didn't sleep very well, or those could all be a bit of a factor, but it could actually highlight something that is an underlying issue, something that you can do something about, relatively simply by varying your diet and taking a supplement. There's lots of options out there. I leave it up to you in terms of which one you prefer, but please do have a think about it. Do have a think about what being short of things could do, not just to your weight loss and your journey that you're on, but also your overall health, your overall wellness, both physically and mentally, because they are equally important, particularly in this time of people worrying about the situation, whether it's health, money, all the rest of it. It is one of those things that it is really important to give yourself the best chance for losing weight, for your general fitness, but also for your general health in terms of recovering from everything from a cold to whatever else is out there. So please do have a look at what you're doing, not just the TD calculator and your calories. They are important, particularly if you're trying to lose weight, and I know that. But have a look at your overall hydration and nutrition. Have a look at, is your diet varied enough? Are you getting enough of everything you need? Things like MyFitnessPal is great. You can put in what you're eating, it will track your calories and give you quite a good idea in terms of what you're getting in there, to at least give you a start. But there has been lots of research done, particularly, I'm going back to it, likes of B12, that it has a massive impact on your drive, your energy levels, how clearly you're thinking as well. Again, just talking about my wife here, since she's been taking B12 injections, or shots, I think as they're called, she's been much more mentally acute. She feels clearer headed. She feels like she's got a lot more get up and go. She feels generally much better just from having additional B12 in her life. And there are lots of other vitamins and minerals that have an equally important effect, particularly if you don't get enough of them. So, I don't want to drag this on too much. I just want to have it out there that it is Nutrition and Hydration Awareness Week internationally. It is one of those things that bear in mind what you're having, bear in mind what you're eating and drinking. Is it varied enough in terms of your diet? Are you varying the vegetables and things you're eating rather than just protein and carbohydrates? Try and think of that little bit of a bigger picture. Use things like MyFitnessPal to give you an idea of where you are on that journey. And then if you think that your diet is not as varied as it could be, can you add in some different vegetables, some extra vegetables? Can you add in something like a multivitamin supplement to increase your levels of vitamins and minerals? It's all really important, and I can't stress enough, particularly with the water. If you do not have enough water, your body will suffer in general, but also your ability to for your body to digest fat and use the energy from fat rather than just protein will be seriously affected to its detriment. So water is fundamental, but have a think about those other vitamins and minerals in your life, in your diet, because they are really important. As always, if you like these videos, please do hit the like button, so I will bring you more as we go along. And next I want to talk a little bit about a nerdy update. So for those of you that know me, I'd love to say I was a geek, but I think I've stepped into the realms of a nerd these days. I like my water-cooled computers, I like building stuff, I like flying drones, and one of the things that I have noticed with this channel is I've really enjoyed it. I've really enjoyed the accountability in terms of my weight loss journey, and quite a few people are apparently enjoying these videos too. So I have treated myself to a 4K camera with some better lighting and sound. So once I finish recording these videos today, which is Saturday for the next week, I'm going to spend the afternoon plugging in all of the new kit. So hopefully the quality of the next video will be increased. At least I hope it will, but bear with me because I'm not very good with cameras. I've never really had a camera other than on my phone or a simple webcam that I'm talking to you with right now. So this is going to be a new experience, one that I'm really actually looking forward to, but something that I've never done before. So I'm going to get an afternoon of total nerd fest as I plug in the new camera, lights, etc. So I do hope things will change, and you'll notice a change from the next set of videos. Yes, I'm really looking forward to this afternoon. My wife has gone out with some friends. I've got the house to myself with the dogs, and I'm literally just going to sit and play with the PC and setting up the new camera and everything else. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this. Hopefully it will mean a higher quality of video going forward as well, and will give me the ability to get some shots when I'm out and about with the dogs, and also doing some exercises in the next set of videos that I do, when I'm going to be talking more about exercise and yoga and other things. So yes, absolutely fantastic, loving it. Thank you very much for being so supportive as always. It really has made a difference to me and my journey, having that ability to be accountable, not just to myself but publicly accountable, which has helped me both in my kind of weight loss but my general fitness and nutrition as well. So thank you for coming along with this journey. Say goodbye to this particular camera because it will be relegated to work only, and I will be introducing hopefully a new camera and nicer shots going forward. So I look forward to seeing you in the next video.